My name is Tessa Shea, and we are on the 5th day of the challenge. Woo. It's very exciting. All right, today we are actually going to be talking about this movie that Netflix did. It is called Over the Moon. If you haven't seen it, you need to get on it. So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. It is on Netflix. It is a Netflix original animation, and it is a musical because I'm obsessed with musicals. And it is beautiful. It's a beautiful story. It's got very much that kind of sad Disney beginning vibe because, you know, like how Up is like really depressing in the beginning, and so is Big Hero 6 because dead people. Well, this movie starts out that same way where she's like, her mom's telling her this sweet story and she like looks up to her mom and everything, and then her mom gets sick and dies. She dies after giving her this cute little bunny rabbit. It's a little Holland lop. It's like hop, hop, hop. You see? Hop, hop, hop. And anyway, so her mom dies and she's like basically lost her love of anything that doesn't have to do with her mom. And it's really crazy because her dad ends up falling in love with this other woman, and she's got a son, and he's like super stoked about getting a sister, and she's like, no, we are not. And so in the beginning of the movie, her mom talks about Chang'e, who is like this immortal being on the moon. But she's got this beautiful story about like the love of her life. She was in love with this man named Huihi. And but then she became immortal and had to leave Earth and Huihi. And so she's been waiting on the moon for Huihi the whole life, but he's dead now because he wasn't immortal. So, you know. Dun dun dun, depressing stories. We all love them. Anyways, so you keep going, and this little girl decides that, her name's Fei Fei, by the way. Fei Fei decides that she is going to build a rocket. She's really smart. She's like super scientific and stuff, but she decides that she's going to build a rocket, and she is going to go up to the moon and meet Chang'e, who is this immortal being from, you know, old wives' tales. And she decides that that's what she's going to do. So she does it. She builds a rocket to the moon. Of course, it didn't get all the way to the moon because she wasn't anticipating the weight difference, because guess what? Her soon-to-be brother decides to sneak in to the rocket. How he got in there, we'll never know. But you go along, they end up on the moon because of a space dog. Yeah, they get saved by a space dog. It's pretty great. They go up there and they meet a bunch of these like moon dwellers, lunar dwellers if you want to call them. And she meets Chang'e. Chang'e has this very elaborate number. She's like all dressed to the nines. She's just like sassy and coming down the steps and stuff. Anyways, the music in it is so good. I love it. It's so funny too. Some of it's like hilarious. And she tells Chang'e, she's like, I need a picture with you so I can prove to my dad that true love exists, and he shouldn't marry another woman because my mom was his true love, you know, because people can't apparently love more than one person ever in their life. Somebody's dead and now you can't love again. How depressing is that? Anyway, so Chang'e's like, sure, I'll take a picture with you. And then she does, and she's like, oh, hey. And then she's like, oh, but you can't have this unless you figure out how to get me and Huihi back together. Help me bring him back from the dead, basically. You're gonna ask this little child to do what you can't, and you're an immortal? Come on. Come on. Anyways. So she does end up helping her. And while this is going on, her brother ends up trying to steal the picture back and ends up imprisoned in a way, but he has to battle Chang'e in ping pong. Ping pong. And it's so great because there's a song in it and he's like, Fei Fei is my sister and I think that she's the best. It's like, it's amazing. And there's so many like stellar, like lunar, like references in it that you're just like, yes, this is great. I'm okay with this. And then there's like super sad parts and you're just like, oh my God, my soul. Because she does end up bringing Hui He back, but not all the way. He only comes back to tell Chang'e basically like, hey, you need to move on. Like, I am gone. And I can't come back. I'm dead. Like, I'm gone. And so she ends up in this like really bad depression and she ends up like kind of curling into a ball into herself. And so Fei Fei goes into that room to try to like help Chang'e, but her own depression ends up like taking over her as well. And so she starts curling up into a ball and all the depression from her mother dying and her father meeting somebody new and everything just overwhelms her. And she starts to just break. Chang'e sees this and realizes that, hey, she's like, I don't want you to end up like how I am right now. He comes over to her, sings this really beautiful song to her, and then Fei Fei comes out of it and she tells Chang'e basically the same thing. She's like, hey, like, my mom's dead too. Like, I know Hui He's dead. My mom's dead. Like, the people we love are dead. But there's still all these wonderful people who still love us. Like, Chang'e had all of her little lunar creations. And Fei Fei, of course, had her brother and her dad. And now her new mom and stuff. So overall, it's an amazing movie. Highly recommend. If you've seen it, comment down below and tell me what you thought of it, because I thought it was so good and so stellar. And be sure to like and subscribe. I will be posting again tomorrow. Also, going to be starting vlogging soon, so wish me luck. All right, guys. Thank you. That's all I have for you today. And you guys have a wonderful night and a wonderful day and whatever time you're watching this.